Hi everybody and welcome back to Nellie Ruth Designs. Well, here I am and I'm going to be working in my little book today. I'd love to have you stick around and join me. I have a lot of things going on, so don't mind me. I'm a little discombobulated and I'm just trying to get a few videos done before my eye surgery. I'm down to my final week before it's done, and I've got a lot of other things going on, so I've got a lot on my mind, but I wanted to spend some time with all of my besties here and just say hi. I want to make sure everybody is doing well. You're enjoying summer. Can you believe we're in August? It's August 5th. Is today the 5th? I think today is the 5th. Yes. And this month is going to fly by. I mean, for me, it is literally going to fly by. So, again, I hope everybody is doing well. I hope you are having a good summer. I hope you're getting out there. We can't get out. I'm just going to be dabbling with things here. This is clogged on me again, and I boiled it the other day and I cleaned it. Something's terribly wrong because these things clog up on me after a couple uses, and that's even with putting a pin in. But I hope I hope you live in a section of the US where these Canadian wildfires are not bothering you. We have been hit so hard with the smoke coming down. I live close to Montreal, and I don't even look to see where the fires are because it's just a reoccurring thing going on every summer, spring, and mostly summer and fall. But the air quality is so bad today. It's got to be, I know this morning at 8 a.m. it was 148, which is poor. And if you have underlying health conditions, like my husband does, my one son has asthma, they advise you do not go out in this weather. The fine particles will mess your lungs up. And my son actually Googled some things and asked some questions for AI. And they said for every hour and when I say they, I mean Google or AI, for every hour that you spend out in today's terrible weather conditions, it's like it's the equivalent to smoking 6 cigarettes in that hour. So we are all trying to stay in. I told my husband's out at the quarry today, and I said, you have got to be in the different offices or the construction trailers. You cannot be out walking around in the quarry between the dust, because it's so dry, the dust that's coming up from the roads and such, and then this air. It's actually quite sad because summer is such a short month, and if we can't get out and enjoy it. And I feel really bad for all the campers, the people that we have a ton of RV parks in our area, and the people that come from Jersey and Connecticut, they come from out west, they come, up north, they come from Florida. I've seen New Mexico, Texas, Tennessee. They're all being hit with this awful, awful smoke. So that's where I'm at. I decided to come into I'll call it my playroom around my craft desk today. And I thought I would work. I've pulled a few things here from last week. I've done some other pages in between when I just wanted to come up and, play a little bit. I have not had a lot of time to be in. I'll see if I can find something that I've done behind the scenes, but I have not had a lot of time to be in my craft room. I did this page. Isn't this pretty? With the Grandma Moses. And then this is one of my stickers again. And they come from these packs here that I use. So these come from these little packs called Memories of Polaroid. And it shows the girls on the back with a little Polaroid. This is another one. This is a blue. They come in different colors. This is a memory of Polaroid. This is a different blue, and I have a purple. This one is a green. So this one is called Have a Good Day. This one is, oh, this is Have a Good Day. These are all Have a Good Day. So that must be the theme, but just different colors and different variations of the girls. So I did this one here because I do love these stickers. So I did that one. I did a few others, but I'm not going to go through here now. I'm going to do a flip through when it's all done. There's my baby boy train. And I started to pull some other things. So maybe we'll start here. But yeah, so I want to sit down and kind of regroup and hang out with all of you folks today. And just have a little breather. But let me know what you all are working on. I haven't even been in the mood to watch anything lately. I think I'm so preoccupied with what's going on. I can't focus. I know I can't read. I've been reading my Bible. That I do. I've made time to read the Bible, but I have to use a magnifying glass now because my left eye is really wonky. And I can't concentrate on reading, a fun summer book or anything like that. So I haven't really been, I don't know what I've been doing. I've been working. So this here, I pulled some items for this page. So this here is a little piece of ephemera. Okay. I just cut that in half. And then I have, out of my stickers, I have 2 birds because I love birds and I have not put any birds yet in my little book. So I thought we would use these. And I have a butterfly, and then I have this little tag. And again, I'm trying to put, I will be honest, I've had a stumbling block with this book. There are so many pages. When I did my black and white mini one, it was much easier to find black and white everything. This one, I feel like I'm stumbling and fumbling a little bit. And I think it's because I thought I had a lot more women. Remember I started out with these fine women here? And I thought I had a lot more, and I thought I could get a lot more women in my book. But I think I only had maybe a half a dozen. So that has been somewhat of a stumbling block for me because I didn't really know where I should go after I realized I didn't have enough of these fine gals. So I've just been trying other things and just more in a mini collage format. So this here, I cut. I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't know if I want to put these right straight across from each other. And then use my butterflies, a wing and a wing, kind of like a mirror image. And I think that's the fun thing, again, about these, is that you can, I know I want to put this one on this side because I'd really like the birds somewhat looking at each other. And I don't know if I want to do an up and down type thing here. And I do want this page to be kind of like mirroring. Is that what, should I say mirroring? Having mirror images. That could be more like that. I don't know. And this is where, when I say I'm having some artistic challenges, this is why. But again, I think I'm so preoccupied with everything that's going on. This morning, I had to take Bella and Daisy for grooming. So that all worked out well before next week. So I got them groomed, and I said, I'm going to stop by the office for just a minute because I wanted to go over something with our controller. And oh my gosh, that was at 9:30. And I said, I'll get home, get a bunch of stuff done, and then I'll get in the office here, or I mean my craft room. Say office, I've got work on my mind. I'll get in my craft room, and then the afternoon, I'll have a whole bunch of stuff that I can, you know, do. I can work out, and I can get this done. I didn't get home from I didn't leave the office until, what time was it, 12:30? 2012. Then I had to run and get the girls because they were done at the groomers. This I know I want to cut this in half. And then I ended up back on the phone and answering emails. So I'm like, I just got to stop. I've had to call. I did have to cut it. I'm just going to do this. I'm not sure where this is going to take me, but I could fiddle with this all afternoon and still not like what I've done. And I noticed my glue, I had refilled. I don't know what's going on with this art glitter glue, but I filled it in this here. And I'm going to bring that down a little bit. And it's very runny and watery. I don't know what the heck happened to my big bottle. And I know I've already tried shaking it. But it's very, very runny. So I don't know what's going on with that. But I'm hoping in a few days my husband and my son have to take off back to Cleveland. But my son has to go this time to have some things checked out, and not my husband, thank goodness. So I'm hoping that they're leaving bright and early Thursday morning, and I think I'm going to spend Thursday and Friday. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, that I can spend Thursday and Friday, Saturday and Sunday in my craft room getting some nice videos done for when I'm laid up. So I just need time, but it's hard because I've been back and forth to the quarry. And once I get out there, I get caught up in a bunch of stuff. So, okay, I'm not doing this. I'm doing this kind of off center. So one is a little bit longer than the other. They are equal parts, and I think maybe I will just would like to do a little type of fun, funky collage. And that's the other thing I noticed with this art glitter glue, because it's watered down, it's making my pages crinkle. I'm going to see if I can get my Barely Art craft glue. I'm going to see if I can get this working. So I got this working. And now I've got a little overflow problem, but that's okay. So I put those down there. I think the butterflies. I'm going to put right over here, right in the middle. So they're kind of like picture framed. Oh, one there. So you have to tell me in the comments what y'all have been doing. If you've made any fun summer salads or that you've taken to family picnics. I am like out of ideas. For, oh, I like that so far. For food, summer food. After a while, you know, I feel like I've done it all, and I don't know what to do. Maybe I will only do one bird, and then I'll just continue with the collage over here, and I could use, I like this here because I like the way this shows up in the background. Then I continue with a little collage over here. So as you can see, things will change as your collage, as you get going. Sometimes it doesn't always pan out the way you think it is going to, and that's okay. All right, so we have our bird here and our butterfly. I'd like to do something with possibly a stamp over here. I like this butterfly too. I like that there. I like the colors. I think it needs something a little darker. I do like that there. I think I pulled this out for something else, so. I don't think either you can go wrong when you're working with butterflies. I'm going to put that right there. So we have that there. And I think I'm going to leave that for right now, because I would really like to, I'd also like to put, I just feel this needs a stamp. And again, I mean, I know you've seen me use stamps, and I think these little books are perfect to highlight postage stamps that you enjoy. And I think it's so much better using them in a small book. Oh, sorry about that. I'm actually waiting for a call from the doctor. I'll turn my ringer down a little bit because that's kind of rude, isn't it? So let's turn my ringer down. Although I don't know if that turns the notifications down. But I just think it's a really fun way to display some stamps that you enjoy and that you like. Because I don't really pick these books up here and say, oh, let me look at my stamps. But I would in my little book. And I just have to just see what color. Maybe if I could find a colored stamp like that yellow. That might be kind of fun. And I think I want a small stamp. I think this one would be too big. This one of Italy. Although, I don't know. I think that's kind of cool looking there. I'll do a little bit smaller one. That's too big. This one of this, is this Red Rock? No, this is, I don't like that one. Let's see here. Got one more book. Let's see. So this is the other book. Those are big, those are large. Oh, let's see here. Let's see if I could find a little one. Got some little ones here. These are, I don't really want green. It's a bright green. Let's take a look here. I don't know if I want to do with a light, a cream with a brown. I think I do want to do a small one because I would like to have that show. This one I think is really cool, but I think it's too, again, I think it's too big. But look at how this one is shiny. And I just like it. You know how birds like shiny things? That's not too bad. That could go there. But I like it because it reflects the light color of the different shades here. And I just think it's something different. There's a crown behind that, and it's kind of a greenish. I think I'm going to use that. I think that's really cool. So let's use this one. And then this page will be done. I'd also like to know if anyone is going away this. I know August is a big, especially before the kids go back to school, it's a big vacation month. Like you go to Maine, or I know a lot of kids start, you know, sports practice in August as well. So, which is kind of sad. Yeah, I like that. I think that stamp is really cool. Look at that, shimmer and shine. Okay, so that's done. And then let's do, I marked this page here. So again, this is a white background. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so this one here, oh, that was a new page that I had done too, but I'll show you that when I flip through it. So this one here, let's make sure, yeah. Again, I'm going to be covering up the white because I'm just not loving it. So this was just a leftover piece of paper out of a flower book. And I cut this up to fit in here like this. And this one here, I'm actually going to use my double-sided tape just because I don't like it. I don't like the way my pages are starting to warp a little bit. And I don't really think it's from that other glue. So I've been contending with a sick dog as well. And I've got to take Miss Bella to the vet's for an early morning visit. She's been vomiting and all the time. I don't know why. So she's been on a, aren't I a lucky girl? I have been on a, not only making the family meals, but now I'm making Bella meals of boiled chicken and rice. So let's get this. I'm going to use the glue, or not the glue, my tape. Whoops. All right, let's do it this way. Let's do it this way. Might overlay a little bit, but oh well. Nothing in life is perfect, right? Yeah, so I've been cooking for Bella per the vet's request until they can see her. So yesterday I came home from work and I made bolognese sauce last night for dinner, but first I had to, it was later, so I had to get Belle. I had to feed Belle first. Oh, the challenges. So, all right, so this is, I'm going to show you, this is some more fodder that I did out of another flower book. So I'm kind of ahead of myself on here. So I wanted to show you how I'm using this fodder from here. And this is going to be very simple. This, I really like this little piece here showing this type of plant. I don't know. I don't think this is a sticker. But for some reason, I feel it is a sticker, but it might not be. It's a thicker piece, but I guess I'll just leave it. And I'm going to just put this here, and I'd like to add some sort of, I may even grab a piece of black paper, and I'd like to frame that. And then this here, I kind of want to frame her. I want this to frame her around here. So I think what I'm going to have to do is take a little bit of this down and do it like this. I kind of want to get where this, once I put this down, it's down. And then I want to put this right on this edge here. Okay. That I will clip off after. And then this. And some of these pages, again, they're very simple. You're just putting images in here that you enjoy and that you would like to look at when you open up this book. And I think that's really cute. I like that. I like that behind there. And then I'm going to get, again, I want to frame this. I think this would be really pretty framed here. And then I'm going to look for a little explanation of a plant or something to put underneath the frame. We'll do the frame and then you'll see what I'm talking about. So I'm going to try, I cut this out here. I like this frame. I want to put this frame in here like this. And I like this because it's almost the same color. It's a gray, but it's almost the same color as like this lavender here. So I want to make a mini picture inside of this. So the first thing I want to do is I want to get this, because it has a white small frame around it already. I should say framed in white. I want to get this on black so I can make a nice little black frame around this. So I'm going to get my handy dandy little cutter here. And the way I'm going to measure this is, I do this often. There's a little frosted piece right here, and I let that guide me. So I'm going to put this white part right up against that white line there, and that will give me the equal space around this little piece here, if that makes sense. Sometimes I don't feel like explaining myself very well. So see, that gives me equal space around that entire little piece here. Then what I want to do, excuse me, is I want to put this on, and I want to make another small white frame. And I'm not going to bother to curl, to round the corners because these are square here. So I love when I do scrapbooking of photos, family photos, I love to make frames like this. I just think it's so much fun to mat a small little piece like this. This one I'm going to try to do a little bit larger. So I think this one, I have to kind of look here where I'm at. That's going to be too wide because I want to finish that in black. So I have another little line here. I don't know if you can see it, but there's a little line that where this curve comes around. There's a little line right here that runs down. And I am going to put that off of this, and then that will give me this amount around here. So these are just little tricks that I do when it comes. I don't like to measure. I'm very visual. So if I can find a line or two or three that I can work with, I like to do that. And see, that's all nice and even around there. And all I did was just use these different lines that are on my piece here. So then I have this, and then what I will do is I'm going to put this, let's try this on the black. I may have to cut this down just a little tiny bit, only for the fact that, yeah, I will cut this down on each side a little bit because I want it to somewhat be the same around. And I don't care if there's a little bit more on the top than there is the sides. Unless I don't use that frame and I just use, excuse me, I just use this, a very thin black line around this, and I put that on there like that, which I could do. And then I could space that out. Or I could cut this apart. If I did a very thin black line around that, then I could cut this let's see. Or I would just make the thin line around there and then center it in there. I guess I will do that. I'll make the thin white line around here, and then I'll put it on the black. And I am going to make that thin. And one more. And I just think it's really cute how you accent and feature these little guys just using the frames like that. And then that can go in there like that. So if I don't like that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue this down. I'll put that in the page. If I don't like it, I can always just put that in there like that. So I have this glued down and cut out. I think it might be a little too much. So let's just try this here. That would go on there. And then we would put this in here like that. And I think it's too much. I think it takes away from this side here. So this I will set aside, and I can use that in another piece. And I'm just going to continue to use this here. But I'm just wondering if I should put this in black, but I don't think I will. I think that is enough, just the way it is like this. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of stamping on the back of that. So let me grab some stamps, and I'll do some accent stamping over those eyelashes. Although I don't know if I want to do that. I have another idea. I want to get some black and white washi tape. And I think I'm going to do it as if, like, this might work out good. That one there. Or maybe this with some words on it. I'll take a look at that. But I would like to run a piece right down the center. That's got blue on it though. I don't like that. Let me look at these two. And if that doesn't work, I do have another idea, but maybe this here. This is new, obviously. I haven't used this yet. And it's always amazing to me how one can change their mind. You think you have one idea, and then one little, oh, this is one. I thought this was two. Oh, I thought when I bought it. Interesting. This is one piece here. Oh, look at that. Caution tape, creative caution tape. Okay, all right. Well, that I won't be using. That I will be using in something else. So let's take a look at this one. And I think this might be fine. And before I put it down, I'm just going to run a little piece here. And I think that'll be perfect. So I'm going to take a piece of this, and I will run it, hopefully, right down the middle. My middle, at least. And I just kind of want to tear that. And I want to tear this one a little bit. Okay. And then I'm going to put that right there like that. And I think that will be good. Okay. And we'll put that right there like that. And I think that is cute. And again, maybe I can find, I'm going to leave some of these for the words. Where I want to put words in, I'm going to leave them for the end. Okay, and then I'm going to check my time to see where we're at. And I'd like to do this page here with you because I think this would be a lot of fun. I have all of this stuff already cut out. All right, I have time. I think I can get this done. All right, so again, I grabbed some items. This is an old cigarette card, Will's Cigarettes. I'd like to use that because I just think these are so sweet. Lady Ashton. Okay, so we have that. And then this is from Daphne's diary. I cut that. This is before I did the fodder of outlining. And I have these two gals here, these wonderful retro gals that I wanted to use. And then this is leftover paper from Daphne's diary. Again, I don't care for that. These were scraps, or I mean, these were pages that I put in this book that I thought would be kind of fun to do. And I don't like them. I can't like them anymore. So I grabbed some Daphne Diaries paper, and these are going to go on each side here. So we will get these down. And this is one reason why I use these big, as some people call them my honking scissors. I've had a lot of comments lately on my scissors, being asked, why do you use such large scissors? And I should do a video on just why I use these scissors and what I can do with them that I can't do with smaller scissors. Okay, all right. So we have these two here, which I think are adorable. I love the colors, and I love how the color reflects off of the back here. So these here, it's going to be pretty simple. I haven't figured out, I don't think on that side yet, what I'm going to do. So I can always add to it. Now, I don't know if I did pick this to go over here, now that I'm thinking about it, and I wanted to do another type of that might be kind of fun to put that, to frame that, because it's going to get lost on here. I don't think I did it for over here, because I really didn't want that cigarette card to get lost on here. But I would also like to do some stamping on the back of here. And I wanted to take these gals, I wanted to have her coming up out of the drink. Her coming up out. And then I wanted to have her down below. So we may not finish this one today, because I got to think about this. This one I know I want to have her popping out of that drink. So what I'm going to do, I wanted to do more of a collage style with this. So here, as in any collage, if I want her popping up like this, I have to make a slight slit there. And I just didn't want to cut her off. I literally wanted to slide her down. Inside that drink. And you know, with these stickers here, they always come with extra all I can think of is cellophane, extra plastic that goes around them for easy, you know, sticking. And I'm just going to cut some of that away so I can slide her down in. That's the other thing with those stickers. You don't always have to keep all that stuff on there. So now she's popping up out of that glass like that. And I do like that. So I'm going to get her down. And the other thing that you have to remember when you're working with something like this, you're not going to want to, I don't think I'm going to want to pull all this off all the way up, because where she's going to be at, I think what I'm going to do, I want to do this. I'm going to cut. Let's see. Bear with me, people. Oh, come on, Barbie. Ay, caramba. Let's see. Get her down in here. I think what I will do is I will cut this here. And I think she'll be okay because I will be putting that on the paper. All right. So I'm going to set this aside for right now. And I want to take a look at this back part here. I found a stamp that I want to use, and it is this one here. It's a brick wall, all right? And I tested it out first on my paper because I wasn't sure how it would look. I want to take this cigarette card and I want to attach that to it. So I do like the way that that looks before I stamped it inside my book. So I'm going to, and the other thing is, I have to have this hang over loose. Let me get in camera here. I have to have this hang over loose because I want to put this in and I want to put it right up as close as I can to this, all right? So that's the other thing that I have to, and I'm kind of going blind here because I can't really, not sure how much room I have to work with because the lines are skewed with this on the front and then I've got the stamp there. So I'm just kind of hoping that this will work out okay. I'm just going to lay that down. It might not be even, but that's okay. I just want something on the back here. And that came out pretty good. All right, I'm going to let that dry a minute. And then I'm going to do the same thing over on this side. So I will put this here. Let me stamp this off first to make sure that I have everything off of this. Okay, because I have to do the same thing on this side with a little bit of overhang. I don't want to do it upside down. So that's overhang there. This is going to be overhang here, right? Yes. That will be overhang like right about there. So when I mean overhang is I need to have this sturdy, but I need to have this a little bit floppy. And I may have to do this upside down, possibly. I'm going to put that there. Like that. And I'm going to get this stamped. Right? Yeah. Okay, let's put this away before I make a real mess. Now I can put this back in over here. Fold this a little bit. And I think I will turn this just a tad. And I will do it this way, like this. Wouldn't that be awful if I had it upside down and I put my fingers on it and I got I got ink everywhere. All right, let's see if that came out. Okay, that came out good too. All right. So I will, of course, now I got to go wash my hands. Like, let's stamp this off so I don't get any ink on anything. All right, so let's get this side done here. So I think I'm going to put that there. And we're going to put her right about here. I think that's good. And then I have some words that I want to put down, but I'll get both of these gals down first. All right, so this will go here like this. Put that right up there in the little corner. And her I'm going to put right about here. And remember, when you create pages in your journal, you don't have to finish it. You know, sometimes I would like to come back, but because of, you know, teaching purposes, and I like to try to get it done in one fell swoop, so you can take these ideas and run with them on your own. I think that's a cute page. I may add something to this, and then let's go over on this. Then I have my words, like I said, all done out. And then this gal here, I was going to have her down here, but I decided I may still put two girls there because I think everybody needs a drinking partner. So I think maybe I will put her there. And then I can put another, I do want to put a gal over here. So I have that there. And I have this fun little coupon that I think is adorable. And I want to put that there. So I think I will put, and then we could grab a couple other gals, because like I said, if you drink with a friend, that's appropriate. If you drink alone, that's just wrong. And if you drink with a group, then it's a party. I don't drink anymore because I don't feel good anymore when I drink, and it's just not worth it. And I just really, I don't want to put that in my body either. Okay, so we're going to put that, put her right about here. All right, there we go. All right, and then I'm going to grab a couple other gals for over with this little drink. All right, I have my two gals, but I am not going to, I'm not going to use this here. I am just going to I got two great gals here that I'm going to use, and I think that's all I need on this page, particular page here. And again, she's going to be down behind. So we're going to cut this off here. And I'm going to get this glued down towards the bottom. This again is out of Daphne's diary. Let's get this down here. And I think this will be fine just the way it is on here. I'm going to get this lovely gal in all her glory right here. Okay, now I can finish gluing this down. Okay. All right. And then this gal, again, I'm going to cut around her because there's an awful lot of shine. There's our two gals having cocktails on the veranda. And then, so what I have, there's one thing that I've said for a long time, and I always used to say it to my children when they came home from school. I always asked them, what did you learn new today? Learn something new every day. Learn something new every day. And that was a big discussion. I did it ever since they were little, ever since they were in kindergarten. And it's funny because we were in the car the other day, and I did ask, what did you learn new today? What did you learn from this experience? And we always had the best conversations. I used to love to hear, especially when they were little, what came out of their mouth. But even now, learn something new every day. And it's just, even now as adults, it's nice to hear their perspective, or, you know, I didn't really learn anything new, or I already, you know, I thought I, you know, this or that, or, but come to find out, blah, 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 blah. But it's just always fun. I remember when my girlfriend's husband had, this was many, many, many years ago. He had heart issues, and he had to have work done. He went to Cleveland to have his heart stuff done. And the one thing, and I don't know why I asked her this, we talked about it not too long ago. And she got quite upset when I asked it. After Jimmy had heart surgery, I said to her, I go, and what did you learn from this? What did you learn about yourself? And she actually got really upset, and she wouldn't talk to me. And then the other one is, so learn something new every day, and then teach something new every day. You should be able to teach somebody something, either through a little bit of advice, if you're cooking, blah, 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 gardening. So at any rate, it was funny because many years she's my best friend. She's the one that we didn't speak for 14 years. And then since we got back together, she said to me, she says, remember when you asked me? She goes, I didn't want to tell you what I learned about myself because I thought it was weak. And she goes, I learned that I'm not good in emergency situations, and I freeze, and I don't know what to do, and, you know, I'm not sure. At the time, I wasn't sure who to call. And I said, that's okay. I go, wasn't judging you. I just wanted to see what you learned about, because we all go through things. And then teach. So learn something new every day and teach something new every day. And I just love asking people, you know, what did you were working on something today. Did you have to help somebody? Did they know how to do it? Did you teach them how to do it? I don't know. That's just how my mind works. So maybe you can do that with your grandchildren, your children. And what I learned today, the new thing that I learned, I mean, I have to keep telling myself this. First of all, I learned that marker will not go over glued wet area. That's for darn sure. But I especially learned, so what I learned today was, even though you're not sure what you're going to do in your art book, I had a totally different vision for this section here, and I really like the way this came out. So I learned just to forge ahead, just move forward, take it slow, think about it, don't rush into anything. And what did I teach today? I hope I taught you to move forward. If you're stuck, if you are having crafter's block, which I've been having a lot of lately, just learn to just take it easy, take a breath, sit down, just enjoy the process. And again, you know, I hope I was able to teach you something with the pages that we did today. So I'm going to wrap it up, because I think that's enough. I think that's all that I've got for you today. So we did these two sweet little pages here. And I'm going to add a few more words as I go through here, and I can start today. And then we did these two pages here. And did we do one before this one? Oh, I think we did, right? I don't know. Yes, we did. We did one with the postage stamp, didn't we? Where is that? Aha, there it is. That shiny, pretty postage stamp. So that is it, my friends. I hope I know these are a little bit longer, but I hope you were able to sit through it, because these are really fun. These are fun pages. I like all of these. I like the colors, but I think today my favorite was these two here. The cocktails with the fashion girls, and then learn something new every day and teach something new every day. So that is it. We are really in the home stretch of finishing this. I've got a couple more papers here. I think I got two more. I will pull some things. We will finish this up, and then we will have a nice flip through. So again, I want to thank everybody for joining me. If you liked this video, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel, especially, you know, if you're new. Of course, you're not going to resubscribe again if you've already subscribed. That's silly, isn't it? So if you're new, I'd love to have you subscribe, leave a comment, hit that notification bell, so when I do post a new video, you are notified, and I will see you in my next video. Okay, everybody, hugs and blessings, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.